and I want everybody to know, we spent 2 or 3 years kind of sitting on the fence about like how we would approach Forex, like who's the right partner. And I want everybody to understand this, that you can't just partner with everybody. And so my brother came to me. My brother said, yeah, I met this guy named Courtney Logan, and he's got a great setup and his company's awesome. And when my brother likes somebody, I immediately jump at it because he's introduced me literally to a lot of my very best friends, Lamar Tyler and people like that, Al Duncan, and just really solid people. And I want to encourage everybody, if you do business, don't just do business with people that can be beneficial on the financial side. Do business with people that are beneficial on the spiritual side. And Courtney's a good guy and he's smart. I don't know if he's going to tell you this or not, but I'll just tell you in advance in case, I don't know if he's got in the slides or not, but the man, I was blown away when he told me he was the four-time national debate champion, or was it 3-time national debate champion? And then moot court.
So 4-time national champion in debate and 1-time national champion in law school in moot court.
Wow. Everybody please clap for that. I don't know. I personally think being city champ or winning at the local state fair is a big deal. But to be a national champion in anything is pretty impressive. So you're literally talking about a guy who could be defined as a Michael Jordan of debates. And that tells me right there that he's got a brain like a supercomputer, and it's showing, right? His whole career, your whole career, man, is a manifestation, in my view, of that intelligence, and I applaud you for that. Thank you. Did you have any thoughts before? Because I'm going to let you have the mic in a second. Did you have any thoughts before we get started?
No, first of all, everybody give yourself a round of applause. We do that by typing $ in the chats. So give yourself a round of applause just by typing some $ in the chat. Super excited to have you here this evening. And what I want you to do, I guess I'll go a bit ahead of my slides real quick, because I want to make sure everybody has enough time to do this. I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, right? I'm kind of old school. I know we got a lot of technology. But I want you to have a physical piece of paper, and I want you to go get a pen and a paper. And when you do that, I want you to type B1 in the chat. I want you to type B1 in the chat. Once you have your pen and paper, I want you to type B1 in the chat. Dr. Boyce, I want to thank you, you and your incredible team, for giving me the opportunity to be here this evening. I'm super excited to share my gifts with our friends, our B1 Nation this evening. And I want to tell you, your team is incredible. They've done phenomenal work in order to get us here. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity. And more importantly, I think we're going to be able to help some people get to a place that they've been trying to get in this Forex market for a very long time. So thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. And I'm excited to be here. Are we sharing the bottom screen? All right, cool. Can you move the mouse over to this bottom screen for me? All right. So good evening, everybody. My name is Courtney Logan. I want to welcome you here today. And what we're going to be talking about tonight is we're going to talk about how do we create generational wealth by profitably trading the Forex markets, which is a $6.6 trillion a day using our RFX market prediction strategy. Now, what's important is that even if you're a complete beginner, we're going to show you how you can do this without risking a ton of money, right? And learn how to do it the right way the first time, which is the most important piece of all of this, in my opinion. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm not connected down at the bottom. Oh, there you go. All right. So everybody got their pen and a paper. All right. We should be good. At the top of your paper. All right. I want you to write in big letters, trade plan. All right. In big letters at the top of your paper, I want you to write trade plan, right? Trade plan at the top of your paper. All right. Trade plan. So type TP in the chat once you do that. Trade plan. Well, this is a working session. We're going to you actually have to do something. You're going to have to work with me tonight. We're going to work together tonight. Okay. We're going to work together tonight. Okay. Because, I've learned that it's so important that we have the rules that we need to help you stop from actually losing. All right. So once you get that down, I see we got Charles got it down. We got Cherie has it down. All right. Mr. Young has it down. Eve has it down. Okay, cool. Everybody has it. Okay. We're just about ready to go. Okay. Also, I want to give you as much value as possible from this session today. All right. So I want you to stay until the end. I'm going to do live Q&A. I'm going to answer all of your questions about trading or my system or whatever you want to talk about. I'm going to help you fix whatever problems you're facing and answer the questions you have and give you the advice live here tonight. Normally, it'll be a few $1,000s just to get one-on-one time with me to get your questions answered. So if you have them at the bottom of your paper, I want you to write them down as we work, because even as we go along, I have TAs and teaching assistants and actually educators in the chat that will be assisting me this evening that will be able to answer some of your questions as well. Okay, does that sound good? Everybody good with that? Okay, perfect. All right, so let's get to it. All right, the first thing you need to understand is that Forex is the largest market in the entire world. There is no more liquid market in the world. Now, the largest market is the bond market, the debt market, but this is the most liquid financial opportunity that exists on the planet. This is why this opportunity is so huge, because just like trading stocks of companies and making money in the stock market, we can trade a country's currency and make money in the Forex market. And from my professional and personal opinion, it's way more easier making money trading Forex than it is being a stock trader. No offense, Dr. Boyce, especially when you discover what I'm about to show you here tonight. Plus, the opportunity is so much more bigger because the entire global stock market trades at about $95 trillion in total. Okay. I want you to keep that in mind. $95 trillion. That sounds like a lot of money, right? You'd agree that's a lot of money. But the Forex market trades, it's worth 1.93 quadrillion. All right, 95 trillion versus 1.9 quadrillion total around the world. Or to put it another way, more money moves in the Forex market in about 2 weeks than the entire stock market combined for the entire year. And today, I'm going to help you start making consistently profitable trades in the Forex market. We're going to talk about how we're going to do that. And even if you're a complete beginner, because most of my students were beginners, they had very little trading experience. So even if you're looking at this chart right here and it looks like complete gibberish right now, don't worry. Because for many of my students, when they first started, they didn't know how to read charts either. When I looked at this, I was like, what is this? Is this Chinese manuscripts? I had no idea what I was looking at. But some of them now are making more money in a few trades than they used to make in entire months. Now, to start out, we need to write down a few numbers. All right, so I want you to pull that piece of paper back out, get your pen. All right, because we're going to do some calculations here live on this workshop. All right, so let me ask you a very simple question. How much income do you want to make every year from trading? All right, think about that for a second. How much income do you want to make every year from trading? Okay, I don't want you to think too long, right? On your piece of paper, just write whatever number comes to mind, whether it's an extra $50,000 or $250,000 a year, or even $1 million a year. Whatever your number is, I want you to write it on your piece of paper, because we're going to use that number to do some calculations later. And we're going to make your trading plan step by step so I could walk you through this workshop here today. Okay, does that sound good? Sound good to you guys? Perfect. 100,000, 2 million, 50,000. I see some really, really good numbers. Okay. All right, numbers seem a lot. Okay. All right, perfect. All right. So even if your number seems a lot, don't worry. Okay. So, because today I'm going to guide you step by step how to create a trading plan to hit that trading goal. And you want to know the best part? When you follow the trading plan you make here today, you don't need to risk a bunch of money. All right, you don't need a gimmick. You don't need gimmicky AI software or trading softwares, and you don't need to be a trading genius or have experience at all. You can be a complete beginner. Plus, over the next 45 minutes or so, I'm going to show you why you don't even have to risk your entire savings to make money in trading. What skiing, a knife, and a wristwatch on your wrist has anything to do with predicting markets, and a simple, easy to use technique for making money that takes under 30 minutes a day. And the real reason 90% of traders lose money while trading, and how you can avoid becoming one of them, and much, much more. All right, I'm going to give you my best. All right, I want you to understand that. I want you to understand it. I'm going to give you my best. But in return, I need something from you. I want you to actually commit to investing money by writing it on your paper, because we're going to use that number later to calculate some things. And I know it might seem scary, or especially if you've never traded before, but whether you can invest $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000, it really doesn't matter. What matters is you're willing to invest in order to make money in the first place. So I want you to write whatever number is comfortable for you. And when we're done, actually, we're going to go ahead and type that number in the chat box. What are you willing to invest in order to get your trading skill set to where you want to be? All right. All right. Somebody said 1,000, 2,000, 1,200, 5,000. All right. Write your investment in the chat. All right. 5,000, 1,000, 10,000. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. All right. Now, before we get started, just so you know who I am, I want to give you a short 30-second rundown of who I am and why you should listen to me in the first place. I think it's probably important that you know who I am. First off, I'm a published author and a 4-time national debate champion from one of the most violent and drug-infested cities in America. Listen, I wasn't given anything, and I promise you I wasn't the man always the man that you see here standing today. I had to work for all of it. I used to be an assistant state's attorney and a city manager until I decided that I was going to pursue trading as my form of changing the world. And in less than a year, I built my non-for-profit trading group where we were giving away all our trading secrets for free. It's called the Powerhouse Group. And we grew that from 0 to 29,000 traders in less than a year. I am certified by the London Institute of Banking and Financing for trading and market analysis. And I also hold a Series 34 by FINRA. And I'm currently working on my Series 3. And I actually turned down a judgeship offer and left a $250,000 salary as a vice president, chief legal officer to pursue trading full time. And now I'm using the strategies you're going to learn today. I was quickly able to replace my salary through trading. And I've helped thousands of other people change their lives too in the actual market. And listen, these were regular, everyday people, okay? Nothing special about them in regards to trading the markets. I know some of you are here this evening like, well, maybe I need to be, super smart in economics, or maybe I need to know a lot of finance in order to be a good trader. I'm telling you, if you're here, you're breathing, you can hear me, you have what it takes in order to learn how to become a really good trader. So needless to say, no matter where you're starting from, with or without experience, it is possible for you to become consistently profitable as a trader using what we're going to teach here today. All right. All you need is the right strategy. Okay. And I'm confident to say, because the majority of my students were complete beginners. Now they're traveling, they're making money, they're living life the way that they want because of the strategies they use to trade. Because when you follow the strategies themselves, it really doesn't matter how new you are, right, or how smart you are, how young or old you are, or how much experience you have trading, right? You can make this work. Now, just a heads up, right? I'm not going to be making huge claims in this workshop. And I know you guys are used to hearing the YouTube gurus and, the Facebook people tell you you're going to make millions and millions of dollars, right? Because the reality is, believe it or not, most people are lazy. And they really aren't willing to do what it takes in order to get money from trading. A lot of people want the fast track. They want the easy road. Most people want to throw a few dollars into the market randomly. Maybe they heard about trading from a friend and they believe they can turn it into millions. But that's just not sustainable and it's not real. However, if you're here this evening because you want to learn the skill of trading, the sky is the limit. Like my student David here, who before the methods you're about to learn, he wasn't even able to catch 10 pips. And pips are the movements inside of the market. And we use that in order to calculate how much profit we take out of the market. Now he's had a 6,000 pip day. And for those of you who might not know what a pip is, let me just do a real quick explainer because I know we have some beginners here. Shout out to all of my beginners this evening. And if you're a beginner, I just want you to type a 2 in the chat because I'm happy you're here because you don't have to go through the rigmarole and all of the dead ends that a lot of people had to do. I promise you're in the right place at the right time. So a pip can range anywhere from $1 to $10, right? It's really based on how much money you risk. So if David was risking $1 and he had a 6,000 pip day, right, that is $6,000 that he would have made in that day. If he was risking $10, right? That would have been a $60,000 day. All right. Does that make sense, everybody? Let me know in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat. Does that make sense? Right. So the pips are nothing but how far up or down did the market move? And we put a monetary value inside of the trade, and we multiply that in order to come up how much money we won or necessarily lost. Or Willette here, one of my students who before using strategy, she couldn't consistently make 10 pips a day. All right. And now on our best day, she's caught over 6,000 pips. And even myself, I've used this strategy that you're about to discover. I netted 18,233 pips in one trade. And again, I'm not making huge claims or being too specific for legal reasons, but I'm trying to let you know and understand, right, that this is possible. Right, that means in one trade, 18,233 pips, right? That would have been anywhere if you calculate, if you put $1 toward, I'm just giving hypotheticals, $1, that would have been $18,233. $10 would have been $182,330, right? That's from one trade. Now imagine sitting down and being able to literally win that many pips in one trade, right? And that trade took a little while to develop, right? We saw the analysis ahead of time, right? But that's why the opportunity in trading Forex is so massive, because the reality is you're only one trade away, right? You're one trade away from that vacation you want. You're one trade away from the car you want. You're one trade away from the house you want. You're one trade away from the lifestyle and the freedom that you're truly looking for. And when you have the system, right, that can consistently net you winning trades, that's how you win the game and make generational wealth. But let me be very honest. There is no shortcuts here, right? You need to follow the path. And that's what I want to show you this evening, right? The path to follow. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's not easy, right? This is going to take work, but I can promise you it will be worth it. However, like I said, there's no shortcuts here. And I'm telling you from personal experience, because listen, when I first got started with Forex, I looked for every shortcut possible. I tried the softwares and the strategies and the companies and the systems. And I knew I was in trouble when I ended up losing about $30,000 in one of my trading accounts. And not only did I just lose that money, but I was blowing account after account. And I don't know if I have any seasoned traders here this evening that has experienced this, but I want you to let me know in the 3 in the chat. If you've experienced just blowing account after account, type a 3 in the chat if you understand what it feels like, right, to really try to get this thing down, but consistently be lost. I was losing money and I did not want to lose. I thought I was doing everything right, but I had it wrong. And I was sick of it. But I knew it was possible to make money in the markets. Think about this, because all we hear is about these huge Wall Street firms and these hedge funds. They make billions of dollars a year. So if they can do it, right, why can't I do it? So I knew it was possible. I just needed to figure out how. I just need to figure out how to do it, right? So I did something kind of crazy. I ended up quitting my job as a lawyer where I was getting paid $250,000 a year to try to figure this trading thing out. And even though I blew account after account searching for the solution, trying out all the softwares and trying to learn how to trade using the candlesticks and the charts and all of that stuff, thankfully, I never lost hope, because those years of studying and researching and testing and experimenting, that's how I developed the RFX market prediction trading model. And listen, I can't say this enough, because this model right here that you're about to discover, this changes everything. Because the fact is, you can have all the softwares and all the charts and all the tactics in the world, but if you're trading based on the wrong model and system, even if you get a little lucky and make some money in the beginning, you will always give every dollar you make back to the market. Because trading with the wrong model and system is like stepping up to bat with the blindfold on. You're guessing when to swing, when not to swing. Even if you get lucky sometimes, eventually you will strike out. And I promise you, there are people that understand exactly what I'm talking about. And for you that don't, I promise you, you do not want to understand. And this is what I want to help you get away from. Okay. However, with the right system, that is how you consistently profit. Because I don't know about you, but I'd rather hit the ball, right? I know everybody wants to hit the home run, right? Even if it's just singles and doubles every single time at bat. Maybe once in a while I hit a home run. then just aim for the fences every time with my eyes closed, hands tied behind my back, striking out every time. And with that mindset, the mindset of consistency combined with the right trading model you're about to discover, that's how I was able to replace my salary. And that's how I started making consistent, profitable trades. Not only that, I ran around teaching this to other people, everyday people, not geniuses, not math wizards, just everyday, regular people. And they loved it. So we started teaching this to hundreds and hundreds of people with all levels of experience. And he started going crazy over it because they never thought it was possible that they can actually become a successful trader without being some Harvard graduate or some computer whiz, right? This strategy changes lives. And in fact, today I have students making more money in a day than they used to in an entire month. We're turning grandmas, janitors, regular, everyday, average people into consistently profitable professional traders whose lives and income have drastically improved. When they used to couldn't even make a penny trading. Now you're going to hear some of those stories in proof a little bit later. But the point is, when I say you're just one trade away, I actually mean it. Because all it takes is one model, one plan, one trade, and your life could change forever. And that's what we're going to show you tonight. More specifically, I'm going to show you how to profitably trade in Forex's $6.6 trillion day market, even if you have zero trading experience without risking a ton of money. So are you ready? If so, type yes in the chat box. I want to know you're serious about this. Otherwise, we can stop right now. I'll just go ahead and log off and tell Dr. Boyce thanks, and I appreciate it. I thank you. All right. Okay. All right. It seems like everybody's fired up. Everybody's ready to go. All right. So I want you to go get that piece of paper, and I want you to take that piece of paper back out. Okay. I want you to get that piece of paper, take that piece of paper back out, and I want you to label it 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I want you to label it 1, 2, and 3. Make sure you skip a few spaces in between. Like don't put the numbers right next to each other because we got to put some stuff there. Okay. Skip a couple spaces and okay, cool. All right. Everybody should have that. All right. Now, above number 1, I want you to write one sentence. All right. I want you to write the number one thing you want. Okay. From trading. Maybe you want another income stream. So your money is diversified. Maybe you want to get wealthy, or maybe you want a car or a vacation or whatever. I just want you to write that down. Okay. Because together we're going to customize a proven strategy to start you on a path from making the trades that you need. Does that sound good? Does that sound good? Is everybody good? Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's dive in. All right. The first thing we're going to talk about is secret number 1, the RFX market prediction trading strategy, how to consistently profit in Forex's $6.6 trillion day, even if you have zero experience. All right. This is the bread and butter. This is how it all works. And after that, we're going to dive into secret number 2. Right? We call this the $1 billion risk management, how to lose correctly so you can maximize profits, so you can minimize your losses. Now listen, I want you to understand, 90% of traders blow accounts because they don't know this part right here. So if you don't like losing money, you specifically want to pay attention to this when we get to this part, okay? And then after that, we're going to talk about number 3, which is my favorite. We call it the grandma's no risk $100,000 funding secret, where I'm going to reveal to you how a grandmother from Missouri knew nothing about trading at all, got $100,000 in free money to trade with, so she doesn't have to risk a cent of her own. Now, what's crazy, not too long ago, grandma, she had a $5,000 profit in one day trading Forex using the system you're going to learn here today. Man, I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're fired up. This is how lives are changed. Okay, this is how lives are changed, and we're going to work on changing your life here tonight too. Now, does this sound like something you want to learn? Because if so, I'm going to jump in. Just type yes in the chat box because we're about to jump into secret number 1. All right, go ahead and type yes in the chat box. Just make sure I still got my people. Make sure you guys can still hear me and you're still with me. Okay, cool. All right, I got a lot of yeses. All right, so enough with the introductions. Let's go ahead and get some work done. All right, and dive into secret number 1, the RFX market prediction trading strategy. How to consistently profit in Forex's $6.6 trillion day market, even if you have zero experience. So right now you're sitting there and you realize how big this opportunity is, but you're probably not sure where do you even get started trading Forex? Or maybe you're thinking, well, what's the best strategy to use? Or if you want to get started, maybe you got to risk a lot of money because you had no experience, right? Keep watching. I'm going to walk you through each one of these steps, right? You don't need to take notes yet, but I'm going to be going over this again and again. I'm going to tell you to write down things as we go. All right. But first off, before we do anything, right? If you don't have one, you'll need a trading account. We'll get you one, right? We use MetaTrader 4. Write this down in the bottom of your corner. We use MetaTrader 4, which is a software that gives us access to the market. It's the number one platform out there. There's MetaTrader 4. So write the little MT4 down in the corner of your piece of paper so you know what you'll need. All right. And you want to know the best part about MetaTrader 4? It's free, right? You don't have to risk any money for that. And in fact, you can open up a demo account, right, with oanda.com. You can write that down as well. All right. You can open up a demo account, oanda.com, and you can set up a demo account so you can actually practice for free. All right. So MetaTrader 4 down. MetaTrader 4 is the platform we use. Right. Oanda.com is the broker that we use. It's US regulated broker. Okay. And after that, you'll want to create what's called your trading plan. All right. Now, this workshop, in the next step, we're going to dive a little deeper. We're going to talk a little bit more about this trading plan. All right. The plan is going to be basically a set of rules you follow. And I'll tell you more when it's time to write certain things down. All right. And we're going to talk about when to take a trade and how to take a trade and how to follow the plan. If you follow a plan, you'll win. All right, when you don't, you lose. It's real simple. And for some reason, right, humans have a problem following rules. And I'm going to tell you, I'm taking a pause here. I'm going to tell you that the biggest issue with people not getting the consistency in their trades is not following rules. Okay? Not following rules. So I'm going to give you rules, but it's going to be incumbent on you to follow those rules. Is that fair? Type of one in the chat. Type one in the chat. Rules. Type of one in the chat. Rules. Okay. Because what you need to understand is that no great team goes into a game without a plan, right? No great army goes into war without a plan. No great trader goes into a trade without a trading plan. And the trading plan is your set of rules. Now, the point is you need a plan. I'm going to show you how to make yours later. We're going to walk through that. Okay. This is going to be step 4, the market prediction. And here's the thing about the market prediction, right? When most people think about trading, they think charts and numbers and complicated calculations, right? I want you to forget about that, right? You don't need that. Okay. You don't need that at all, because trading is more than just numbers, right? If you're just using numbers to trade or just chart, you're going to lose.